Pokémon Go Beginner's Guide, Catching, Battling, and everything you need to know. Pokémon Go is now available for iOS and Android, and trainers young and old can go out into the world and catch your favorite Pokémon. But before you go out into the wild, you'll want to brush up some of the basics and features of the new mobile game so you can become a Pokémon master that much quicker. So let's start off with the basics. Basics: when you boot up Pokémon Go for the first time, you'll have to customize your trainer, name him/her, and then choose your starter Pokémon. You choose from either Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, the classic Gen 1 starters. Once you've caught your first Pokémon, the real adventure begins with the interface showing your trainer walking on a Google Maps-esque layout. The GPS on your smartphone will pinpoint your location. On the map you can see landmarks that represent Pokestops and gyms. You won't be able to access them until you get closer to their destination, or in the case of gyms at a certain level. More on gyms and Pokestops below. You'll also see rustling grass. If you walk towards it, a Pokémon will appear and you will attempt to catch it. If you look on the bottom right corner of your screen, you can pull up the menu that tells you what Pokémon are near you. Each Pokémon will have 0 to 3 footprints underneath them. 0 means they are really close and 3 means they are the furthest away. Trainers will also gain experience and gain levels as they travel and catch Pokémon. Catching Pokémon. Catching a Pokémon in Pokémon Go is very different from the main games. You don't use your party Pokémon to weaken a wild one, instead your catch rate is determined by a few factors. The Pokémon's CP level, the type of Pokeball you used, your throwing technique, and other factors come into play when determining whether the Pokémon can be successfully caught. Other Pokémon will simply run away, so be sure to be quick. Your throwing technique is probably the one thing you'll want to master. Your angle and force behind your throwing, which is a simple flick on the touch screen, is a big factor. And, of course, you'll want to hit the Pokémon with the Pokeball. If you have the AR turned on, you'll want to center the Pokémon on the screen. Keep your phone steady as you throw, but if you want an easier experience, turn the AR off and the Pokémon will remain centered. You'll also notice a ring inside a circle where the Pokémon is. When that ring, normally green, is at its smallest is when you'll want to throw your Pokeball. Various habitats will determine what Pokémon is found. For example, water Pokémon will be found near bodies of water and beaches. Use the nearby feature on the bottom of the screen to see which Pokémon are around. The item incense will draw Pokémon toward you for 30 minutes, so be sure to use them when you are having trouble finding Pokémon in the wild. Pokémon traits. Now that you've caught a Pokémon, you can take a look at what it can do. A Pokémon's command points, CP, determines how well they fight in battle. The higher the CP, the better they fare. You'll also notice that some Pokémon of the same species will have varying CP when they are captured. Keep that in mind when you are training them up, as you'll want to keep the highest CP Pokémon. The higher your trainer's level, the higher CP Pokémon will appear. Leveling up/evolution. If you want to level up your Pokémon, then you'll have to use the Stardust gained from capturing Pokémon to do so. Evolving Pokémon takes an extra step that involves the transfer function, the Professor, along with Pokémon-specific candies. We go more in depth on leveling and evolving on our guide, here. Pokestops. We mentioned Pokestops before, and they are different areas around you that will give items and even eggs. The markers on the map will show blue squares. Once you are close enough, you just spin the medal and items will drop. There is a cooldown for each Pokestop, so be sure to check back to certain landmarks to see when you can get more items from the same area. Eggs. When gathering items at Pokestops, you may find eggs that will eventually hatch into Pokémon. To hatch these eggs, you'll need to walk around a certain distance. The farther you have to walk, the rarer the Pokémon you'll find inside when it finally hatches. You'll need incubators to hatch eggs. There is one provided for you, so only one egg can be hatched at a time unless you purchase another one. Items like the incubator and the incense. There are plenty of different items in Pokémon Go. Pokestops are a great way to get more Pokeballs and other items. Cerebi has a great listing of the differing items you can find, so check that out. But like many mobile games, there are microtransactions that players can choose to purchase with real money. You can purchase Poke Dollars to get more items. You'll gain Poke Dollars by leveling up and performing other tasks in-game, but if you want to shorten the process, then you can purchase using money. Check out the chart for microtransactions below. Battling/gyms. After your trainer reaches level 5, you can join a team, either red, blue or yellow, and start to battle gyms. Once you join a team, you can assign Pokemon you've caught to an open gym or to a gym where a team member has placed one of his or her Pokemon. Like Pokestops, gyms can be found at real locations in the world. Only one Pokemon per player will be set at a particular gym. If you want to tackle another team's gym, you'll want to check out its stats. Prestige determines how difficult a gym will be to take it over. Training Pokemon at your gym will increase its prestige, while losing battles to other teams' Pokemon will lower it. Training your Pokemon is simple, just visit a gym that's already controlled by your team. Once there, you can train by battling against your own team's Pokemon. Defeat all of them and your gym's prestige will go up, making it more difficult to be defeated by another team. If the gym's prestige is reduced to 0, the defending team loses control of the gym, and you or another player can then take control of it by assigning a Pokemon to protect it. Gyms are a collaborative effort in Pokémon Go, so be sure to check back to your team's gyms once in a while and be sure to train your own Pokemon. If you want more in-depth details about gyms and how they work, come over to our gym guide. Healing/reviving: when your Pokemon battle, they will inevitably take damage and maybe even faint. Even if you win a battle, the damage your Pokemon take will not heal automatically, and there are no Pokemon centers. Instead, you'll have to use vehicle items. Here's an in-depth guide to healing and reviving your Pokemon. And that's it. Did we miss any useful information regarding Pokemon Go? Let us know in the comments section below.